We are at Etah, North Green, 78 degrees, 20 minutes north latitude yards, and far out beyond Sunrise Point, there is a large amount of open water, and there we are to hunt walrus. Hunting is the basis of Eskimo life. Not only birds, fish, and small animals make up the all-flesh diet of this most northern people, but even the largest and fiercest mammals fall before the cunning and courage of the Eskimo hunter. As the light becomes stronger, the hunter sees his reward, walrus. Back to the village to spread the glad tidings and to enlist help, for to go against the mighty beasts of the sea in this paper-thin boat, it is best that several hunters work together. Boats are loaded on dog sleds and drawn down to the edge of the ice. From this point on, the trusting dogs can help us no longer, much as they would like to, for walrus meat is the finest of food for Eskimo dogs, while seal meat is the staple food of the Eskimo. Happy is he who can kill many walrus. A good-sized ring seal will weigh about 60 pounds, but a walrus will weigh a ton, or even 3,000 pounds. So why waste precious time on seals when walrus are in sight? The hunting season is short. The long, dark winter is close at hand. So let's go. During 30 years of Arctic work, I have often been asked, what is the most dangerous animal of the North? Not the polar bear, as you might think, although he has killed many men. The walrus ranks first, mainly because you can never predict what he will do. But given the proper leadership, he will fight savagely and wipe out his human enemy who comes across the icy water in these frail kayaks. The walrus is much more at home in this element than the man who comes to hunt him. So the Eskimo is glad to use the weapon brought to him by the white stranger from the land below the southern horizon, a good rifle. We creep up quietly with muffled oars, keeping him covered with the rifle. A perfect shot nails the big bull before he even has a chance to dive off the ice cake. Notice, the other gets away as a couple of extra bullets finish the giant. But the Eskimo survived here for many centuries before the white man came with his superior weapons. And if every gun and bullet were to vanish tomorrow, the Eskimo would still be able to provide for himself and his family. This is perhaps more than can be said for the white man who comes here with the best equipment known to science and industry. Take the native harpoon, for instance. Ivory shaft, ball and socket joint. It snaps into place and is held with rawhide thongs just as your own muscles hold your arm in place. Now the steel point set in ivory, which goes deep into the quarry flesh. As the walrus jumps and struggles, the joint breaks down, thus releasing the wooden shaft, so that it floats away and you have your walrus on the end of the rope. As soon as the walrus is hit, he tries to dive and swim underwater to safety. You do not want to dive into this icy water after him, not if you can help it. So you blow up this sealskin just like a balloon. Tie it onto the end of your harpoon rope, and the bag will float on top to tell you where the big fellow is going. See how well these frail boats are made. That hole in the deck is just large enough to wriggle into, so that when water comes up over the deck, as it is sure to, the Eskimo's body acts like a cork in a bottle and keeps the inside of the boat dry. In fact, the Eskimos of South Greenland can tip and roll completely over, under the water and back again, without getting a drop into the boat. Now for the hunt. The walrus are down at the bottom, digging clams with their big ivory tusks. They see our kayaks passing over them, So up they come, breaking all around us. It would take very little to smash a kayak. This is ticklish business. Now watch on the left. An Eskimo hurls his harpoon right into the back of a walrus. A hit, and away he goes. Here is Inuktitut, darting back and forth, dodging and maneuvering for a good chance to strike. If your eyes are quick enough, you will see the harpoon flash out and find its mark. Another hit, and away goes the bag. Don't get ahead of it, stay behind it. Follow the bag. It shows where the walrus is swimming, trying to escape under the water. We know that he must come up to breathe, for he's an animal, not a fish, and he cannot stay underwater for more than 9 minutes. When he comes up, tired after his long underwater swim, Inuktitut comes in to finish him. Notice his right arm. He carries the killing iron. I am wondering why he doesn't go in. But he calls back to me over his shoulder, "Takavungpa awik matluni." I can see two there. I yell back, "Don't get between them." He backs away saying he saw me coming. When the head goes down, that's the time. The head is up. Now it's down. A good chance. He gets him. You are looking back thousands of years. A primitive people getting their food for next winter. Note the intelligence here shown by the Eskimos in lifting out a 1,000-pound walrus. 2 holes chipped in the ice serve the function of pulleys. They pull, and out he comes. Now sometimes the dead walrus is cut up right on the ice and is taken ashore piece by piece. Here, however, he is being towed ashore by the kayaks in tandem, the body held up by the inflated sealskin bags. I suggested that we wait until the tide ebbed, thus leaving the walrus high and dry. The boys smiled. They had a better idea. They passed a rawhide line around the center of the body, pulled on the upper end, and rolled him right out of the water. I didn't think of that. On board ship, we call it parbuckling, a very efficient and common practice in rolling heavy objects up over the rail. This prize weighed over 3,000 pounds. He is cut up and put under the rocks for next winter. Every part of the animal is saved, even the intestines and the contents of the stomach. Raw clam, just dug and ready to be eaten. Delicious. When a big head breaks water within a foot of your elbow, your chances of escape are practically nil. With those strong white tusks, he can completely destroy your frail sealskin boat, and you with it within a very... The water is not the only big mammal that the Eskimos hunt this way. Here are 2 boys bringing in the body of a white whale. They have not faced nearly as much danger, however, for the white whale is almost as timid as an Arctic hare. He is a valuable catch, nevertheless, food for all the village, and the very best of oil for their soapstone lamps. They handle him much as they did the walrus. Just pass a rope around his tail, roll him up on top of the ice, roll him over, and start cutting out the precious blubber. The raw skin is a delicacy among these polar Eskimos. Watch this boy with his man's knife, a very different implement from the woman's knife. This young lady, the belle of the village, is using the woman's knife, shaped very much like our implement that fits the little chopping bowls. The Eskimos have to live solely on what nature provides. Vegetables will simply not grow there, so they have been meat eaters for thousands of years. They thrive on this diet, and as long as game holds out, they are among the happiest and the healthiest people on Earth.